Hi, I'm Feroz Krem. I'm with the Youth Action Crew. Up for election today for City Council is Boyd Morson in the Central District, and he's here to talk about the youth. Boyd, what is your outlook of the youth in Brooklyn Park?
Thank you for your introduction, Feroz. I truly appreciate this opportunity on the Youth Action Committee to be here today and extending a welcome invitation for everybody that's here so you can actually hear the response of each and every candidate that's chose to step up to do some good for our community and especially for our youth. Thank you again for the Youth Action Commission. Well, my outlook on the youth and the community isn't a favorable one at this moment because I find that they're misunderstood, underrepresented, misled, and disengaged. There are 75% of the youth that's unaware of the activities that's involved in the city of Brooklyn Park. There's 35% of the youth that's totally not engaged at all in the city of Brooklyn Park. There's opportunities that exist with our youth within our community that our leaderships are failed to be responsible for or even to acknowledge. There are people campaigned on youth issues and youth efforts to within our community become more vibrant or more engaged in our community, and that's failed our youth since that election as well. However, I think that there are some positive things that we can do to proactively engage our youth within the community to get them more involved and readily prepared to become adults, because one day they will become leaders just as we are, and or adults to make decisions. Right now, I think it's incumbent upon us to find job opportunities, resources, after-school enrichment opportunities, as well to get them involved in our particular process. We need to get them involved at an early age, to get them off the streets, involved in some positive and structured. We need to arrange programs and opportunities for youth to get more involved, to seek out the things that they need. And we need to ask them questions. The Youth Action Council is a great step and a liaison between the youth in the community as well as the city. However, understand with the efforts of the Youth Action Committee going out to engage the youth within our community, they still have to bring that back to the table to our leadership. And if the leadership have no clue, concept, or understanding of what the youth need, then it still doesn't get passed at the council. So I think the new leadership for the city of Brooklyn Park have to have some understanding, some workability, some working knowledge, and true commitment to the youth within our community in order for the whole entire city, the city to grow and prosper.
If you had a magic wand, what would you most like to change for the youth in Brooklyn Park?
Well, I always thought that queens had wands and stuff, and so since me not being a queen, I guess I'll be a king with a magic wand. But at the same time, I appreciate the question. If I had a magic wand, what would I do with the youth in the community? Well, my perception, again, as I just alluded to a few minutes ago, was to get them more involved and engaged in our particular process. You know, it's my intent and purpose to have a youth council, you know, that sits readily on Mondays to observe what happens in our particular council chambers. Those are our future council people, mayors, senators, state representatives, and soon to be governors. They have an opportunity to do those things, to get involved in the process at an early age, and it's my intent to make sure we establish a youth council that actually sits at the weekly meetings to listen to the dynamics and the changes and the issues that's involved in and surrounds our particular city, so they become more involved, more knowledgeable, and aware of what's going on in the process. If I had a magic wand, there would be resources galore. There would be after-school enrichment programs, you know, immensely that's promoted all over the city of Brooklyn Park. If I had a magic wand would represent the youth, their voice, their opinions, their views, their understanding, their involvement, their commitment, their dedication, all the great things that they do that's getting untold, the story that goes untold. Unfortunately, by paper, media, the misrepresentation that they're getting, I would dispel all those type of things because there are some underlining great youth within our community that's doing positive things. Just look at this committee itself. And you guys are doing wonderful things. You need to be commended for that. And we just need to hear more about what it is that you guys are doing and how you can engage the community, or how you are engaging the community, and now how together with the Youth Council we can work together as a leader in the council chambers to make these things happen, proactively make these things happen for the betterment of our particular community.
What are your plans to help the youth in the city?
I have, again, huge plans for our youth within our community. I think that I'm a vehicle for them. I think I'm an advocate for youth. Whatever it is that the youth issues or concerns is, I want to be there for them. I want to be in the mix. I don't just want to be actually invited to the mix. I want to be part of the things, the dreams, the opportunities, the questions, the issues, the concerns that you do have. I want to be part of the process. Whatever it is your heart desire, from skateboarding to breakdancing to singing to acting to all those type of things, I want to be a part of the process to ensure that we have no bumps in the road, so I can be that liaison that can help navigate you through whatever it is that you're trying to do to help the word of the youth and the voice to get out and continue to be out there to show that our particular community of people who so disengaged, it's incumbent upon me to build a bridge of understanding between our adults, our seniors, and our youth. Because after growing up and we becoming adults, some of us act like we were never youth before. So we knew the things that we used to do once upon a time. Long ago, I don't want to say no ages, but at the same time, long ago, we understood that we were youth as well. So youth desire some commitment, some understanding, some leadership, some responsibility, and people that's committed, devoted, dedicated, and determined to do the right things for our particular youth in our community.
What is your favorite memory from when you were a teenager?
How much time we have? As an adult, my fondest memories, I know you asked for one, but I guess what initially comes to mind is how at an early age I was always an advocate for youth, even though I was a youth. I made sure that our voice was heard by stepping up to the plate, to doing great things, from being valedictorian to speaking at school functions to coaching football at an early age, or even playing and just leading the way. I think some most memorable moments for me as a youth was, again, just seeing how the police department were more community driven as opposed to arresting and or issuing citations and or tickets and those type of things. And not just picking on the police department, the fire department as well as our city staff and city leadership. Everybody needs to proactively engage our youth on a regular basis, not just because it's National Night Out. That's just one day a year. So one day out of 365, we just have a bang of a party or a bang of a blast and forget them for 364 other days.
Is there anything else you would like to tell Brooklyn Park teens?
To the youth in Brooklyn Park, I think that it's a unique opportunity that this committee is existing. I think that they're a vehicle and an advocate for the voice of the youth within our particular community. I speak to those of you that are committing yourself and devoting yourself and dedicating yourself to the goodness of Brooklyn Park, that want to be a part of the fabric of Brooklyn Park, that we can intertwine together to make this a great place for all to live, work, play, do business, educate ourselves, and learn and work, and worship, shall I say. To the youth that's out there who's causing problematic situations for us in our particular community, there's still hope and opportunity for you to do better. There's still hope and opportunity for you to get engaged. There's still opportunities, hope and opportunities for you to turn your life around. This is an opportunity for you to get involved, to be a part, again, of the great things and the many possibilities and dreams here in Brooklyn Park. Together we can create new dreams and new opportunities and new visions here in our city, but it's going to take each and every one of us to collectively work together and come together for the betterment of our particular community. It's going to take leadership, great leadership. It's going to take creative leadership. It's going to take committed leadership. It's going to be responsible on both parties. It's going to take accountability on each and every part, from the government as well as the youth. Everybody has to step up and do your part. I know you can. I know you will. I believe in you. Hopefully you guys believe in me. This is an opportunity for me as a voice of hope and change in our community to let you guys know what it is that I stand for, what I truly represent, and what I would do as your leader and your future leader here in the city of Brooklyn Park. I need you, and together we can make it happen. I'm optimistic and I'm hopeful that together we can make it happen. I'm Boyd Morson, candidate for Central District City Council. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Boyd, for coming out. Good luck, best wishes to you, and hope to see you in the fall.